It's my understanding from the complaint that it's an all-female facility, and you're saying that the defendant did not honor the rest of the contract.
That's correct.
What was the contract?
So it is a 12-month contract, and it is $139 per month. And then after that year, you may have a monthly membership on your terms if you'd like.
All right. How many months are you saying that she owes you for this contract?
8 full months.
8 full months. And that's how you get to the $1,668. Is that correct?
Absolutely.
All right, so from your perspective, what happened? Did you join this gym?
Yeah, I joined this gym for $139 a month. I was going to a different gym before and didn't really feel comfortable, so I decided to splurge and kind of treat myself to a place where it was more inclusive and I would be more safe.
Okay, so why was this gym different from your perspective?
This gym was different to me because it was all female, so I thought it would be more open-minded, and as a trans person, I would be accepted and not really gawked at like I was at a normal gym center.
And so, tell me about the experience.
So when I first came in to look at the gym, Amber gave me a private tour, showed me around all of the amenities, the sauna, the locker rooms, everything that I'd be able to use while I signed up for the gym, and everything seemed really great and amazing. So I immediately was like, sign me up. I want to be there. I feel good here. Like I feel welcomed.
All right.
And then apparently there just started to be issues with, I don't even know who else was at the gym, or people had issues with me there.
So tell me about that. You're saying that you were very impressed with the facility. You thought that would be much more comfortable for you to be in an all-female gym.
Right.
Because you're trans, and that then things changed. And that's what I want to get to. I want to understand from your perspective how things changed.
So for my first 3 months, I was kind of insecure and just starting to get back into the gym. And then after the 3 months, I started to feel really nice about myself and my body, and just like kind of got everything level with my mental health. And so I started wearing like 2 pieces instead of a big t-shirt and little shorts. I wore like bike shorts and a little like sports bra, which I see plenty of the other women wearing.
And you have some pictures, you have some evidence that you want to share
Yes,
with
I do
me.
have some photos.
Yes, let me see those, please.
Thank you.
And I feel like I look good and I feel really good, so.
All right, let's see these. All right, so Amber, what was going on?
Well, she's right. I don't really see anything wrong with what she's wearing either.
Right.
First off, I think she's a great person. She was a great client. We felt we were really building rapport. It's just
But it sounds like things were great. I mean, it sounds like you finally found a place that you not only felt comfortable, but that you also felt safe. And given your situation, you wanted to be in an environment where you could feel comfortable. And it sounds like this was the place. And it sounds like you're feeling good about yourself, that you're feeling more confident. That goes along with working out, which is what I need to get back in the gym and do more working out.
Come on
having
down.
a conversation.
Come on down to
I need
the
to
gym.
come, right?
No.
Having this conversation earlier. Oh, no. Too much information. So, what's going on?
Well, I just want to say first off, this is not personal. This is from a business standpoint. I'm a business owner. I feel so sorry that she had to go through any kind of negativity. It came to my attention in August, about 4 months into her membership.
Okay.
Some of the other clients came to me and started complaining that they felt uncomfortable by her.
Why were they complaining? What were they saying?
They were able to see forms of her body. They felt as though they were uncomfortable being around someone who
is a trans.
Yes, absolutely.
And that suggests to me that this is pre-surgery.
Yes.
All right, so that they were feeling uncomfortable because they could see outlines of body parts. I
Yeah,
mean,
I
it's probably
actually-
the best way to say that.
Yes, I actually got several emails about it, and at first I wrote them off as relatively ignorant because we should be allowed to be ourselves and be exactly who we want to be.
But you pulled me aside.
Absolutely. I wanted to let her know. I wanted to let her know what people were saying because I shut it down at first. I said that she, of course, she's welcome.
Now, this is a pretty hot button topic right now, especially in Los Angeles where I live. There have been stories of specific gyms who kicked out women from their gyms for complaining about a trans woman in the locker rooms. Now, first of all, the defendant said that she wanted to switch gyms to an all-woman gym, which valid. I would love to go to an all-woman gym. Sounds fantastic. Not because I have anything against men, but there is just a level of comfort that a woman can have with other women, especially in a place where you're wearing tight clothing, in weird, compromising positions. And I'm saying that as someone who laid eyes on my now boyfriend at the gym 4 years ago. But I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys. I don't think that people were gawking at her for being trans, okay? I think it might have been something else. Secondly, the outfits that she is wearing, very unproblematic. I mean, I've seen women wear a lot less at the gym. I personally feel like if you are in a woman's space, you should be caring about women. Take a look at yourself and think, what can I do to make women feel safe in women's spaces? Do the work internally to show women that you care and want to be a part of it instead of against it.
And let me say this, to your credit, Amber, you were very open and you just said, look, I'm gonna chalk this up to people just not being aware. I mean, we won't necessarily call them ignorant. We'll just say that they have not been aware and that they probably haven't been in this situation before.
Absolutely.
And so things continue to the point that you're getting more feedback from your other clients. And that's at this point that you all have this conversation. And tell me about the conversation.
It was a difficult conversation to have. I interrupted her workout to let her know that I was going to be implementing a policy of modesty. Just for the courtesy of everyone, I figured after the things that people had come to me with, I did not want her to feel alienated at all.
I felt like I was being singled out because I was the only person approached, and I noticed immediately as soon as I started kind of changing the way I dressed, the way people would throw eyes at me, or I could hear, you always know when people are talking about you, and I could feel that energy.
Yeah.
So I was just uncomfortable from the moment I started to feel comfortable.
All right, so what would you have had her do? I'm always interested in having that conversation when I can. What would you have had her do, Katrina, under these circumstances?
I would have had Amber just tell people if you don't like the way something looks, don't look. I'm not looking at anybody else while I'm at the gym. I'm there to do my routine, to be the best me that I can be. I'm not paying attention to other people or like being a voyeur in the locker room.
And so because of the change in policy, you then decided to leave the gym.
Right.
Did you and Amber have that conversation before you left?
Well, she sent out an email after we had the initial conversation.
All right. And what did the email say?
I have it here.
Thank you. I'd like to see that. Well, it seems, I'm going to read this, but it also seems reasonable to me that I don't see it as singling you out so much as I see her coming to you so that you're not blindsided. There's a difference. Mm-hmm. There's a difference. I see it as a courtesy to you because so many people in the gym were complaining. I mean, let's just call it what it is. And so I see it as her coming to you, not singling you out, as I said, but rather to have a conversation with you in a way that she wants to implement a policy that could make everybody comfortable. So let me see this email. And I like the language, frankly, Amber, where you said that this was created for all women, to have a safe place to work out. I don't think for a minute that Amber would do anything to try to discriminate against you.
The Powerhouse Gym was created for all females to have a safe place. Now, that chosen word is, to me, a very intentional word that she chose because she didn't say women. I know Judge Hatchett kept repeating women. Women and females in this day and age technically aren't the same thing. I mean, I would like to agree that females and women is the same, but the truth of the matter is, these days, if you are born female, doesn't always mean that you're a woman. So, the specific choice of females that the owner put in the email, to me, is kind of showing what she truly feels. Because this is insinuating that if you are a biological female, then this place was made for you. Now, we all know that the defendant is not a biological female. I don't know, maybe I'm splitting too many hairs here. I feel like, in a sense, that kind of isolates the defendant from the rest of her clientele. Now, this idea of having the same behavior in the dressing room. I don't know about you, but when I go into the dressing room and am bombarded with a random naked lady, I too am uncomfortable, okay? I don't want to see that, but I mean, that's just kind of what it's like going to the gym. But if you're just like changing really quick, getting undressed, getting dressed, I don't see a problem with it. But it seems here that the defendant is saying, like, if you guys have an issue with it, just don't look. Which, yeah, don't look at her. But on the other hand, I really do think that if the defendant cared about women and women feeling safe and comfortable in women's spaces, she would be aware of the state of her body and think, this has the potential to make these women feel unsafe. So I'm going to take my responsibility and change in a closed stall so as to not make women feel uncomfortable in women's spaces. And the fact is, the majority of people aren't going to care that there is a trans woman in our bathrooms. I don't care. I really don't. I personally would not feel unsafe with this woman in the bathroom next to me, but I also don't want to see her naked. I don't want to see anyone naked, to be honest with you. Never escaping the prude allegations over here.
And what she said in this courtroom suggests to me that she wants to be inclusive and that she wants everybody to feel comfortable. And so the change in clothing policy does not strike me as being something that's unreasonable.
You're right.
And so why not? Because really what could have happened is that her other clients, you are one of many clients, could have said, I don't want to change. I don't want to change my clothing. I just don't, And then she has this mass exodus of people from her gymnasium, which is not what we want, right?
That almost happened, Your Honor.
Right, and we want women to be successful business people, yes? Yes,
Absolutely.
and I applaud the fact that you stepped out here and said, I see this niche, I see this need, and so I'm gonna create this gym for women only. Katrina, technically you have a contract. You sign that contract, it's a binding contract. There's no question, but it's a binding contract. I'm gonna enter a provisional ruling, which I rarely do, for $1,668 in favor of the plaintiff based just on the terms of the contract. But I'm entering a provisional ruling because I'm gonna ask you all to go out and see if this can be worked out in a way. And you may come back and say, Judge, I'm not comfortable. I don't wanna do this. And that is your right. And I will respect that. But whether you like it or not, you're a trailblazer.
Thank you.
Not fair. All right, so provisional ruling in favor of the plaintiff for the $1,668, which is the balance of the months left on the contract, because we contractually owe her. But let's see if we can't come to some understanding, all right? That is the ruling of the court, and we will stand adjourned.
Judge Hatchett has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant has been ordered to pay $1,668.
I'm really glad I won. I am so sorry that you felt uncomfortable at all. I really hope that we can talk this out. I would love it if you stayed at the gym.
I'm absolutely not staying at the gym. Thank you for apologizing, but it's the damage has been done.
The fact here is there was a contract, and what do we know about contract, guys? They must be followed, or else you're gonna end up in court. Now listen, I stand by what I said. I feel like the defendant has the responsibility to care about women in women's spaces, and that is just the bare minimum that we can ask of anyone. You have the responsibility as a human being to care for others and put yourself in others' shoes and think about how your actions might affect them. I'm sorry. I mean, Judge Hatchett always tries to make people work things out and come to some sort of understanding, which I think could have been very beneficial. Set aside whatever hangups they have and have an actual conversation about it, but it just doesn't seem like she has any interest in doing that, which is a shame because that is how we grow and become more understanding human beings. But I'm curious to know your thoughts on this case. Let me know in the comments down below.